Welcome to Ghost of a Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Lagnato. I'm an astrologer, psychic medium, and animal communicator, and I'm going to give you your weekly horoscope and no bullshit mystical advice for living your very best life. Layla, welcome to the podcast. What would you like a reading about?
So, what I wrote in, I'm just going to go ahead and read it.
Yep.
Is that my dad is dying. He's dying slowly, but he is dying. And it feels like the world is changing quicker than our relationship can evolve. Is it ever okay to let go of the dream that we will repair with a loved one in this lifetime? I'm afraid that I will regret not trying harder, but the division of our worldviews feels like it's growing faster than my ability to cultivate forgiveness. Yeah, I already feel so much.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's so many levels, and I have some contextual questions, and you don't have to answer any of them, or you can pick and choose which ones you feel comfortable answering. You say he's dying. Does he have a diagnosis and the doctors have been like, you have X amount of months or years?
He is at the point where he's in and out of the hospital. He was in the hospital. He got out of the hospital a few days. He's back in the hospital.
Mhm.
And he could live another 10 years or he could pass this week. He has enough systems that are screaming and yelling that it's time to ask this question.
Yeah.
But he's not actively in critical condition in this moment.
So you have the benefit of being informed without the benefit of having a fucking roadmap in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
Chaos. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's like chaos on top of tragedy on top of complexity.
Yeah.
And do the two of you live in the same place, the same town, or the same state?
No. He's on the other side of the country.
Okay. And when you refer to being on being so different, are you talking about politics? Are you talking about values? Are you talking about what? Yeah.
I want to say it's not, but it's the politics. I mean, it's so many, 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 many things. But at this moment, more than anything, it gets triggered by the politics. And that's what feels like it's speeding up faster than I can manage.
Absolutely. So he's on social media.
He's on the social
media.
Yeah. He's on the, he's on
it really speeds things up. It's not just the news. It's not just the Times. It's like giving people, especially people who are isolated or older and not tech savvy, access to fucking social media and news, any kind of news, fake news, real news, doesn't matter. It really does accelerate. And so in regards to the differences the two of you hold, are they things like he hates women and you're a woman, like it's specifically at you, to you, or is it more like everything in the world?
It's pretty confusing.
Seems like that's a little bit of a theme here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is not blatant things that I can just say no to. It is not like overt racism or homophobia or transphobia or anything that I could point a finger at and be really clear about. It's more that there's an enmeshment with the movement right now. It's not like a straight on MAGA story, but it's not a MAGA story.
Is it like MAGA QAnon or is it MAGA Republican? Or
it's definitely Republican. It's like Fox. It's like I'm trying to have a conversation and there's Fox News in the background at the hospital.
Real talk. 2025. Yeah.
Right. Totally, it's just that kind of situation. But he's he's an old hippie. He's a Jungian. He's trippy. He's got many, many flavors of cool, but there has been a hardening.
Yeah.
And more than anything, I think what hurts is the inability to say no to the things that I feel really called to say no to.
But you mean you're not saying no to him?
There's an inability in his world to say no to things that are really important to me that we say no to. So yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. Okay. Before we get into your birth chart and I start answering your question, I have another question, which is everybody has a different kind of relationship with their dad, right? So did he raise you? Was he a part of raising you? Was he in the house or was he around you as a child? And do you have the kind of relationship with your father where you're like, no, that's stupid, or I don't agree with you, man? Or is it more like, this is my dad and I kind of defer to him and I have that relationship?
Ooh. Well, so when I was which is, yes, here we are. So when I
Here
was
we are.
younger, it was really like I idealized him and it was us against the world, and
Mm,
I deferred to him. A lot of the things I love about myself come from him.
mm,
And then over the years, as I started to live my own life and have more of a political experience, just a experience on earth, we started
mm.
to separate, 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 separate. And then as I started to do my inner work and take responsibility for things in my life, we started to separate, separate, separate more and more. And so that's the thing that's really confusing, is it feels like when I was younger, it was easy to just let things go. And now when he's in his softest, most feeble, most needing of love, all my pain is up and I just don't feel like I can do it.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's dive in. I got so much shit to
Yeah.
say. Okay, hold on.
So you could probably feel all
Oh
the
yeah. Oh
things.
yeah. Oh yeah. I've got so much shit to say. Okay, bear with me here. I'm going to pull up your chart.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got your birth chart up here. You were born July 11, 1981, in a place. Not everybody needs to know everything. 10:19 a.m. Okay. There are so many layers to this. And does he know you're mad? Does he know that you're like
Yes.
holding back? He knows. It's obvious.
Yes.
Everybody knows.
It's everybody knows.
Okay. Okay.
As of recently, I should say. That's
Recently, as
escalated. Yeah.
in the last
Last
year?
year.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. That tracks. That tracks. So there's so much to say here. Let me start with this. In your birth chart, you've got Neptune opposite Mercury and Mars. You do not like fighting with people. You know, me and my father disagree. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. I don't agree with you. You would not. You might think it, but then you would feel bad for thinking it, because that Neptune opposition to Mars and Mercury gives you a feeling of devotion to those that you care about. And so being in disagreement, even though you have a Mercury Mars conjunction, you're disagreeable. You disagree with lots of things. You've got lots of opinions. You are loaded up with retorts and analysis and details, loaded up.
Yes.
But that Neptune opposition makes you feel like, but I don't want to be mean.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing it from their perspective. If I see it from their perspective, it's actually quite different. So it is not surprising to me that the bulk of your life has been not about saying to your dad, "Hey, I've always agreed with you on this thing, but as I've grown and learned more, I've come to understand that there's something about your belief system that I don't agree with. This is my perspective." Like, that's too much. It's something you can do in writing with a lot of time for revision and working and like layers and layers and layers. Are you a writer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're great at it. It's a great
Yeah.
use of your nature. But it's like you come in with ideas and then you explore the ideas and then you pull back from the ideas and then you go big and then you go details. And that's how you work out ideas. And in conversation, that's really fucking hard, especially with somebody who's got Fox News blaring in the goddamn background. Like, how do you have a conversation when your baseline assumptions and understanding of reality are so radically different from somebody that you care about?
Yes.
So, that all said, disagreeing with your dad is really hard for you. Also, you have placed him upon a daddy pedestal. It's gross to call it a daddy pedestal, but we'll call it a father pedestal. A pedestal. We'll just call it a pedestal. That's where
Yeah.
you've placed him. And that's another part of what's so hard about this, because it's not that you're like, oh, okay, he is part of the generation that has been radicalized through conventional news because the world changed, but nobody told people of a certain generation, right? So
Right.
like, instead of like understanding how he is a part of this thing, how he had these ideas always, but they were radicalized and kind of like teased and stuff like that over time, it's more like you had this person on a pedestal and then he fell from the pedestal, and so you have the heartache of the fall in addition to everything else.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's something that I moved through some years ago. And I kind of thought like, okay, off the pedestal into reality, everything's going to work out now.
Yeah. But
And
then
just the opposite is
yeah,
true. It's
yeah.
just,
It
yeah,
takes
it's
time.
harder and harder. And
It's
that's
like
my big concern, is that I can feel the crunch of time
yep.
and this inner inertia to step up and do the work, because there's so many other things in there.
So I want you to know that I have words for that. I have advice
Mm.
for that, for how to work
Mm.
with that part. But we're not going to start there, even though that's kind of like the meaty stuff. We're going to get there.
Okay.
First, I'll say you did the work, and then you know what fucking happened? fucking Uranus opposite Uranus. You're in your Uranus opposition. So you're still in your midlife crises transits. Pluto squared Pluto years ago for you. Neptune squared Neptune's totally over, but Uranus is still opposite Uranus. And so it's a real, I got to do something about this immediately transit. So this part of you that is actually typically like, I have to figure this out. You put the pressure on your own psychology. Your nervous system is afraid, but like the pressure's internal. In the past year, uncharacteristically, you're like, I have to do things, guns a-blazing. Like, I got to get in there. I got to change things up. I've got to say something. It's gotten to be more external because that's part of how this transit functions. It wants you to change your life. The thing is, the crux of your question is about how can I love my father when I'm pissed, when I don't like him, without betraying myself?
Absolutely.
That's the question.
Yeah.
And so for me, this kind of teases out the question of what is love even? What is love? Like, is love agreeing? Is love getting along? Is love obedience? A lot of men would say to their daughters, yeah, agree with me, be obedient, let's get along. That's how you love me. I mean, it's like an old school patriarchal attitude. You are a Cancer. Your moon is in Scorpio. You love deep, you love wild, right? Like you love it
Yes,
with abandon. You fucking love.
absolutely.
Yeah. And so this kind of putting of your dad on a pedestal that you did when you were too little to think about it, right? This way that you love being so intense, so devotional, so protective. You're very protective of who you love, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. This whole fucking setup for you isn't sustainable. It isn't sustainable with your friends. It isn't sustainable with movements and projects. It's not sustainable with the people you date, and it's not sustainable with dad. And the reason why it's activated right now is because your dad is the OG. This is the roots of the tree that is your
Yeah.
life, right? And when you date, do you date he, she's, theys?
He's.
He's. And are
Yeah.
you in a relationship currently?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you guys been together?
9 years.
Congratulations, a long ass
Thank
time.
you. It is a long ass
And
time.
do you have kids, human children?
We do. We
Okay.
have 2.
Okay. We will come back there. Don't let me get distracted. Okay. The thing is with love is there are so many behavioral based instructions on how do you love dad, husband, kids, right? Many of them are second nature to you because you are protective, because you are like a serious mama bear. You really do have all of these things in your nature that work for you and they work with how you love people. And it's not sustainable with your dad. And because it's not sustainable with your dad, I'm guessing it's not totally sustainable in your marriage.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
finding that across the board during the
across the
last 2
board.
years. It's like everything has switched
Yep.
and
Yep.
everything feels upside down. The places where I'm usually go after it, suddenly I'm pausing. And in the places where I'm usually quiet, I'm now screaming.
Yep. So the reason why this is associated with your midlife transits is because if you are hungry during our recording, we're doing a reading, you're hungry, we'll do a little later. But the recording keeps on going. It's a good reading. We keep on doing a reading. Eventually, I'm going to hear your tummy rumble, right? Because the same feeling unattended becomes something different over time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens during the midlife crises is you spend your life, your 20s, your 30s, doing what you can and not doing what you don't want to or you can't. And then the midlife crises come up and it's just like everything inside of you is like, learn how to do the new thing. I can't keep on not feeding myself when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I have to figure out how to feed myself before my stomach is rumbling and I feel terrible. So we know from the kind of thing that is happening with your dad that the way that you empty yourself out in order to fill your cup with somebody else's needs is a way that you have loved that has brought you happiness and has empowered you to have relationships. And it's not sustainable. That cup should be filled with you. And there should be a second cup. I mean, should is a big word, but okay, I said it. Ideally, there is a second cup. And that second cup is filled with your love for the other person. But you must fill your own cup. And what's happening with your dad outside of like the mechanics of like, what the fuck? I don't fucking know, man. Like outside of like the Fox News mania that is like, too easy to have that conversation. But on a deeper level, what's happening with your dad is because you have such a deep habit of betraying yourself in order to be loyal to him. Now that's not fucking possible. You don't have a skill set. Like there's just, what do we do? There's nothing I can do. Oh, I guess I'm not going to love him. Right. Like, and that's not, of course, how you feel, but that's how you feel. It's very confusing. So your North Node is in Leo. On a soul level, you've come here to learn how to love, how to experience love inside of you, filling you up, and how to share it, like in a really big, wild, fucking fire signy way. Now, how much fire do you have in your chart? Checking. Only Neptune. Oh, Venus in the 12th house also. So not the fieriest person in the house, even though we're both like totally in red. So we're imbibing it. We're like bringing the fire to the conversation, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Now I'm going to make you say your full name and then his full name, your dad's full name, and we're going to beep both names out.
My name is...
Say your father's full name. Are your parents married?
No.
Yeah, they feel like
they were, yeah.
Yeah, separate entities completely.
Two
okay, great.
Complete different universes.
Yeah, that feels right. Okay. Your dad doesn't want you to change.
Definitely not.
Your dad wants you to remain the way you are. He's changing. He's just kind of like settling into probability, right? He's like filling out an old chair that he's been sitting in for too long and it's got a dad-shaped indentation in it and he's just filling it, And he is threatened, like really deeply existentially threatened by you being different. And you have like an on-off switch. It's like outrage and defensiveness or pity and sympathy.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, sorry. It's okay. It's good. We're here.
Yeah.
Right. And the pity and the sympathy is like,
it's not good.
It's not great. It's not great. It's not the worst.
It doesn't feel great.
No, of course not. It doesn't feel good. It's not even actionable.
No.
So the core issue is you have not accepted who he is. If you accept that he is this guy, and this guy could have been a lot of really cool things. He genuinely has a lot of very cool qualities about him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But over time, before he got sick, before Fox News became as bad as it is, he did the thing that he's a boomer, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He did the thing that boomers got a really bad rep for. He went from hippie to yuppie to something stuck.
Hippie to yuppie to cranky.
Cranky. There you go. It's Pluto in Leo. It's Pluto in a fixed sign. It gets stuck really easy, right? And in particular over time. So when he was your age, you're in your early 40s, right?
44.
44. Yeah. By the time he was your age, the sticking was starting to really stick, right? And this is the thing that happens after the Pluto square to Pluto. Your dad is sweet and tender and ruthless and cruel. He is both. He's all those things. Plus. But the little girl in you, the Neptune opposite Mercury and Mars in you, wants him to either be cruel and relentless or kind and sweet. It's very hard for you to tolerate that he is both of those things. He's all of those things, sometimes in a single fucking interaction.
In a single sentence.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where you're like, what in that soup do I focus on?
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? And because you have a deep habit of focusing on the other person's needs, you feel like you have to do that. You have to see it from his perspective. And you're too old for that shit. You've grown up too much. It's not working. But you don't have a new strategy.
100%.
So the strategy is not through a behavior primarily. It's like you're trying to take your boat and put it in a new body of water, but you're nowhere near the water. You are landlocked, right? So the work here is to accept that your dad does not want to change. And he does not like who he is.
Mm.
He likes who he is slightly more than you do, but not a
Mm.
whole lot more. I mean, you can
Mm.
tell, right? He is, you say cranky. I feel like that is a gentle word for what he's shifted into. Does that make
Yes.
sense to you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a goddamn curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Not with a fun sense of humor curmudgeon. He's like stuck. He's stuck.
He's angry. He's just really, really fucking angry all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And it's really angry. It's
Yeah.
hardened
Mhm.
anger that is really difficult because it comes out through the political conversation. And then there's just nothing I can do to stay in the room. Even
Yeah.
though I know all this other stuff is going on.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
Like you say, like how to
are
make it through the
you
sentence.
do you have a pattern with your dad where you can say to him, I want to talk about this with you?
The problem is, yes, and I've been doing that. But
Mhm.
now the kind of the thing that happens is it's like I'm doing jujitsu. Like we start
Yeah.
a conversation. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
like, and then by 7 minutes in the car, I'm off the phone because somehow we went from here to there, and I'm like, there's
There's
no way
nothing to yeah.
I can't stay
So,
here.
have you ever had a cat?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had a cat who liked to jump on the table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, me too. The first time a cat jumps on the table, it's fucking adorable. You're just like, you want to be close to me. You're so cute. And then, like, the fourth time, you're like, now I have cat feet all over my fucking table, right?
Totally.
If you do not train your cat early, the cat's always going to jump on the table, but you just have to consistently take the cat off the table. Your dad is the cat. You did not train him early. You're coming in this late. So he's always going to jump on the table. He is always going to talk shit you don't want to talk about. He's going to persist in being the man he is if he lives a day or a decade. He's not interested in changing. I speak to you as a psychic. I could be wrong, but I will tell you change doesn't, I mean, sometimes change happens through calamity, but there's always choice. Your father has made a series of life choices over the course of several decades that double down on it's not my fault and I don't wanna and I shouldn't have to. The man is not he's not interested in changing. And that doesn't mean he doesn't love you. I have to be emphatic about this. Your
Yeah.
dad loves you. So he says something that just like slits your heart open, but he's like, "What?"
Exactly, and I think that's where it becomes really difficult as everything's speeding up in the world because people will always say, "Well, just don't talk politics." But the amount to which things in the headlines are affecting my day-to-day life is
Yeah.
happening so fast
Yeah.
that I know he loves me. It's this desire to be understood or just to understand that that's painful when
Yeah.
you say the thing because it actually affects my lived experience. And then I
Yeah.
just kind of lose interest.
Well,
So
why
it's
would you
maybe
talk to
that.
yeah, why would you talk to somebody who's just like, all you can talk about is the weather?
Yeah.
Bottom line,
Uh-huh.
your father is not capable of accepting the reality of who you are. He doesn't get it. He does not understand, and he's not taking pains to understand your experience, right? The we call it politics. Is ICE politics? Is ICE politics? Because to me, it doesn't seem like fucking politics. I guess
No.
when it's in the Senate and they're deciding how much money to give ICE, that's a political conversation. But when you see masked men attacking people on the streets, that's not fucking politics. That's called an emergency. That's
Absolutely.
like something else. But if all you're doing is you're sitting on the couch and you're watching it on TV, then it might be politics to you because it's just something that's happening in that city to those people. But that's not your experience. That's his
No, not
experience.
at all. Yeah.
Mhm. At core, the decision you need to make is, do you wanna try to change his mind?
Definitely not.
Okay.
I've decided I don't want to change his mind. Now I'm just trying to live with how uncomfortable it is, like what to do if I'm not doing that.
Okay, great. So here's a thing that you have dealt with in 7 million ways in your life. You say, okay, I've made the decision. I know I'm not trying to change his mind. I applaud this decision because it is not reasonable. It's not realistic and it will absolutely destroy any hope of you having a relationship with him before he passes. Great. Okay. And it's not for lack of trying. for the record, for any judgy bitches, like, you have tried. I see it.
Thank you.
We have to make a decision sometimes. You have to have a boundary sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that's happened to you 7 million times. You make the decision, you're perfectly clear until the mood shifts. And then the mood shifts, and then the mood shifts, and then the mood shifts. And you
Yes.
revisit the question
Yes.
700 million times.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And then I can't believe the thing that came out of my mouth.
Yep.
Because why did
Yep.
I do that again?
You see a compelling social media post about why you should always argue with your parents about fucking politics, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And you're undone. And so we're back to this core theme, acceptance, right? Is that you haven't accepted that you only have bad choices and you've made one. You don't have a good choice here. Of your options, none of them are going to make you happy. So you're making the best choice you can make for this relationship. Now, if I believed, and please tell me if I'm wrong, that you don't really care about politics or social justice, you leave everyone to handle themselves, like, that's not you, right? You are engaged in trying to make the world safer and better. Am I right about this?
Consistently. Yes,
Consistently.
absolutely.
That's what I see. So it's really important when kind of like moving towards cultivating acceptance of this, that you don't allow yourself to get too like pinwheel vision, right? You Mercury and Gemini, and it's not just Gemini, it's like 29 degrees Gemini. It's like fucking peak Mercury and Gemini shit, right? So you just like, you're looking, I don't know if you can see my office it's a pegboard. It's like lots of little
Yeah.
dots. It's like you're standing on one side of pegboard, just trying to see the view through each of the individual dots, and you're trying to take in all the data, and it's too many details, right? And each detail invalidates the last one. So it makes you bananas. So what I'm getting at here is that in order to accept the decision you've made, on a core level, you must accept who you are.
Mm.
It's really hard to do. It sounds easy, but it's very hard to do. You are a person who tries. You are a person who loves your dad. You are a person who wants to shake your dad until something falls out. Like, all the things are true. And at this stage of his life, it is really important to you to try to preserve a loving connection, because you don't want to have regrets after he passes. And as you said, it is imminent, on some level, imminent. I'm not predicting. I don't know how to predict that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything, but just like using your wording, right?
Absolutely.
If you were to really accept that, then A, you'd be fucking sad. And then B, you would want to kind of run to your dad and have a nice interaction that made you feel better. And then C, you'd be like, why did I fucking do that? This doesn't work. Right? So it's
Yes.
time instead for you accept he is not long for this earth. You know that you'll regret it if you don't find a way to share love with him, because you have love for him. And he is not your fucking friend. He is not the guy that you're like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's a man who drives you bananas,
Banana.
and that you disagree with on 89% of things.
Yeah.
If you can accept those things, what the next step is to feel sad and to not try to feel better. Because your pattern is, I feel sad and then I rush to him, so I feel better. So let's interrupt the pattern, right? So you hang out with, I'm sad, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Is there a question? I saw a little something on your face.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what I feel, what comes up when you say that is like, I feel like I did the pattern of going back to him for many years.
Mhm.
And I've kind of stopped that pattern of going back to him and being in acceptance for a couple of years now. But if I'm really being like excruciatingly honest, there is some feeling that like if I accept, really truly accept who he is, it feels like the forces that be that are trying to drive us into fascism. I know this sounds insane, but it
No.
feels to me like the forces that are trying to take us under and destroy all the things that I care about and my people and my movement and my values, that there does feel like there's some resistance to
Yeah.
accepting
Yep.
that. And
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense, but it's very real in my body. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
have
very
to
real.
fight it. Like I have to fight it on all these levels.
Yeah. So, okay. I want to hang out in this for a minute because this feeling is very specific to the situation, but it's also, you've had this feeling of, I can't completely accept the negative thing because I will be destroyed or it will destroy us
Yes.
before, right? So while on the one hand, I mean, uh, I'm not going to disagree with you. I mean, on the one hand, there's that. On the
Yeah.
other hand, because I'm looking at your chart and I'm looking at you energetically, I know that this is also a place you go,
Mm,
right? This is a place you go. You've got a Pluto Sun square.
mm,
You have hardwired into your nature, everything is a race for survival. And at any
absolutely.
time, I could be demolished or you could be, right? And I mean, makes you a great writer. It makes you a great activist, makes you a great friend. Like I want you there in an emergency.
Yeah.
Slash, but the real thing that is underneath that story that you just told me, which is not a false story, but it's not a true story, is if I let go, then it's done.
Yeah.
If you let go of your attachment to your dad being this guy who you could regard as a hero, who you could let love you and be safe.
Not yeah. That's what I experience is as I tiptoe into what you're describing, I just feel so fucking unsafe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like all of it is in the room. It's like it's all coming through him.
Yes. It's and that's true. And also, your dad is pretty powerless.
Mm,
And regarding him as a powerless old man is its own fucking heartbreak.
mhm,
It's its own pain.
mm,
Acceptance is not consent.
mm,
Acceptance is just awareness, right? So as you accept the man that he is in some ways the man he always was, and in some ways not the man he was. This is who he is, though. And this is who I am. And I see red when he starts talking about this bullshit. And I don't like him.
yeah,
And it makes it really hard for me to love him when I don't like him.
yeah.
If you can give yourself the grace of being in that soupy fucking mess, then the next time, and by the way, do not pick up the phone when he calls you when you're driving. Okay.
Hmm.
Mars is the car.
Oh, fascinating. That's the only time I talk to him.
Terrible fucking idea.
Interesting. And that's
So
where we had a huge blowout where I
I'm not
lost
surprised.
it.
I'm not
I
surprised.
lost it all the way over the mountain. I lost it.
Hmm.
I lost my voice for like a week after that.
I'm sorry. And also 0% surprised. And this was in the past year, right?
Yes, this
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
thing that made me realize something was going on.
Yeah. The reason why you like talking on the phone while you're driving is partially because, you got all that Gemini shit. You love to multitask, but it's also because your intensity is siloed in another direction. And so you
Mhm.
think, oh, this will be
Mhm.
easy, right?
Yes.
It's never fucking easy just because you're driving, though. But what happens is you are not as well defended and well boundaried when you're driving
Mm,
because you're
mm.
busy, because you're like navigating survival, your survival, the bird, the people, another car, whatever, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
interesting.
So
Wow.
I'm going to give you, do you live near trees or mountains
Yes.
or, okay,
Yeah.
great. I had a feeling you were in nature. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of doing what you've been doing, you get on the phone with him when your feet are on the damn ground and you can clock some nature, mountains, trees, river, whatever you like. I am not saying let him rob you of the beauty of connection to nature because that's where like your head goes a little bit.
Mm,
I am saying fill yourself up with your connection to nature and your well-resourced system that exists when you're not on the phone with your dad
mm,
and bring that part of yourself to him. That part of yourself is highly skilled in bearing witness to people being fucking off their rockers. That part of yourself is really good at watching a toddler throw a tantrum and let it run its course until they're ready to go take a nap. You're great at that.
that's so fascinating because usually now that you bring it up, I think the cycle that I get into is like something will happen in the news and I'll either feel like aversion to it or I'll feel, something happens in the world that draws me to either make a decision not to call him or to call him.
Yep.
But it's a whole thing that I do that's already tied me into the story of his place in the world versus
Yep.
like being my father. He's like
Yep.
something that I need to protect against, not someone I want to care for.
Right. Someone you want to connect to. The
Yeah.
truth is, you're doing something. And how old is he now?
Probably 77, 78.
Late 70s. Okay.
Yeah.
Something that's so hard as our parents age is understanding that they're grown ass adults, fully accountable for the lives they've led. And also, they do not have the power they once had. Now, there's exceptions, right?
Yeah.
When I look at your dad, I don't know how much power he ever had in the world, but
Hmm.
sure as hell does not have a whole lot of power right now. And
No.
so he's louder, he's more stuck, he's more fervent because what has he got? Armchair, TV, hospital. Armchair,
That's it.
TV, hospital. I used to date somebody who worked at an AIDS hospice and she ran the kitchen. And I remember that she said that so many of the people who were there to die, their biggest complaint being there was the food because it was the only thing they could control. It was the only thing they could send back. It was the only thing that they had choice around, really, because they were going through loss of life.
Yeah.
Now, this, her sharing that with me, like she had a lot of empathy. She didn't take it personally, or maybe she did. I don't remember, but that's how I heard it. Is that that she had a lot of empathy. The problem with you is I tell you this, and then you have this like empathy for your dad, but it's actually not empathy. It's sympathy. It's pity. And now you've lost your boundaries. I watched your boundaries just collapse at your feet.
Yeah. Like dissolve. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly,
yeah.
yeah, like just like down like sand or water, just at your feet. What this tells us is that you don't know how to allow yourself to have empathy for he is a scared little man barking because it's hard to regard your dad, who is this guy who was your dad your whole life, be at the end of his life, one way or another. Again, it might be you might live to 90. I mean, he might live past 90. I don't fucking know. Shouldn't have put a number on it, but you know what I'm saying. It's like he
I know
might
what
have
you mean.
decades in
Yeah.
him, but either way, he doesn't have the same worldliness that you once assigned to him. And that's your grief.
Yeah.
And nobody knows how to process that. Like, how do you mourn somebody who's still with us? Like, why would you? That's wrong, right? It's so messy. Yeah. So within this, the question becomes, can you say, and here's the thing, you can't just fucking say it. So what I'm going to say, you can't just say it, you have to mean it. Otherwise, there's no point in saying it. Can you say when your dad starts talking about the thing he saw on ice, or you call him up and are like, do you know what fucking happened? Oh man, defend it. Now, don't do that, obviously. But let's say he brings it up. He is the cat and he is jumping on the table. He's talking about the thing that you say no. Can you say to him, Dad, I really love you. And I'm not going to talk to you about that. Dad, I really love you. And I couldn't disagree with you more. And I couldn't think you're more wrong. And I'm not going to fucking talk to you about that. Maybe you don't say fucking, but okay. Is that something you could do?
I think if I have my feet in the earth and I'm really not in my fight mind, not
Yeah.
in my
Yep.
then maybe that's something I could get to. I feel like
Yep.
right now it's harder for me than I would like to admit to get to that I really love you. I
So
do. I love him like crazy,
I know
but the
you
I
do.
really love
I
you
know.
is harder to get to. I think I probably need to or want to find ways to find that and
So
come
let
from
me give you
there.
a piece of advice about how to find it. The next time you're in your car and you're like, I'm going to call that fucking old man and tell him why he's wrong. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to pull up the notes in your phone and you're going to use talk to type and you're going to create a series called Angry Notes to My Father. Fuck with the title. And you're going to start saying it, giving yourself the gift of catharsis
Mhm.
without the consequence of having a conversation with somebody who cannot hear you, who you actually want to learn how to have new conversations with. And
Yeah.
honestly, the best thing you might be able to do with your dad is, did you see the latest episode of blah, blah, blah?
Mhm.
That's probably your best bet with your dad at this
Mhm.
point.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And you can't have that with your dad if you don't also say what you need to say. But
Yeah.
in life, and this is so important, there's what you want to say, and then there's what you want the other person to hear. What you want to say to your dad is, how can you not love me enough to see this?
Yes.
How can you be so toxic that you believe that?
Yes.
But what you want him to hear is a complex breakdown that he can understand of what's actually happening socially and politically, how we got here, and how it directly impacts more than half the country.
Yes.
That's
And
actually what you want him to hear.
how he should take a little personal responsibility for
How
it,
he should
but
take personal
yeah.
responsibility, how he should
A
think,
little
how he
bit,
should
just a little
feel,
bit,
and
yeah.
how he should behave, right?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. So, understanding that when you talk to your dad, you're not listening to him might ease the blow of the fact that he's not listening to you.
Yeah.
And this is why acknowledging the love part, if you mean it, is your best move. If you don't mean it, find the words that are authentic. So it might
Mhm.
be, I really care about you and I do want to find a way to talk to you that's enjoyable for both of us.
Mhm. Mhm.
It might be, I worry about you. I only want what's best for you. That might be the most honest thing you can say today, right? You might be seeing red, but finding that part of you that loves him and not abandoning yourself as you hold it. 'Cause even as I said, finding that part of you that loves him, you automatically dropped some of your boundaries. Could you feel it?
I can.
Yeah. It's wild. It's like you associate love with, again, pouring yourself out, filling yourself with them.
Yes.
Is your dad a narcissist?
Yes! How long did we get into this?
I know. Well, I mean, you're well
No, I just
trained.
mean yes, like, I
Yes, yes.
really
No, I get no, I got it.
coming to understand that has helped me a little bit, but
Mhm.
not only is he a narcissist, but I really have had to reckon with how many of those I've called into my life.
Of course
And
you
so it's
have.
not just about, over
N
there doing that, there's a couple places where I
I
have to do.
mean, I assume your husband's narcissistic because why else would you feel at home with him? If you have been so well trained and that you've come to believe that love means I'm two, you're one,
Yeah.
then when somebody's like, "No, no, no, we're both one," you're like, "What's wrong with you?" You have to go with the person that feels like home, right?
Yeah, and what I'm really grateful for is that my partner at home, my husband is, definitely has similar qualities, but is what's different is that he's extremely dedicated to waking up and doing the work.
Great.
And so it's
Perfect.
a fucking roller coaster and it's
Yeah,
exhausting,
yeah.
but, like, it's going
But
somewhere,
it's a
so
conversation. It's like
I
a
can show
dynamic.
up.
Great. I
But I
love that.
have other people in my life who I cannot get rid of who are narcissists
Why
and
can't you get rid of
mu
them?
like my child's, father
Your child's
that have
father. Yeah.
similar prop that I can't get rid of that are like a super cruel version of it. So I think one of the
Mhm.
real layers is that, like, as I'm working through acceptance of my dad and where he's not going to change, and I'm having to work through the layers of all the other people in my life who are not
Mm.
gonna change, and then I'm
Mhm.
fucking tired, and then I'm
Yep.
just like, "I just don't wanna deal with any of you." And because I'm in the
Right.
midlife and it's almost perimenopause time, I'm kinda just, like, giving less and less fucks, and I think
Yeah.
that leads me to my original question was just like, "Is it okay to give up?" Part of me wants to give up.
Okay. So let me come back to that. Neptune is currently squaring your Mercury, and then it's going to oppose your Jupiter next year, starting in the spring. It'll oppose your Saturn starting in the spring.
Whoa, ooh.
That feeling of wanting to give up is not going to go away.
Oh,
This
man.
this is you're in a period in your this is your 40s. This is like the next several years of, like whatever it is. It's going to be Neptune opposite Saturn starts March of 2026. It'll last 2 years, a little bit over that. The desire to give up in you comes at right around the same time when your dad became more rigid when he was your age.
Mm, mm,
How did that age?
mm,
Not
not
great.
well.
Not great. So this is the thing about the
That's
midlife
deep.
crisis. It is fucking deep. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Slash, you're welcome. Both,
Thank
right?
you. Yes.
Um, the thing that is so hard about first the Saturn return, then the midlife crises, transits, is that there comes this time cyclically. through the generations where you're like, I've worked so hard, I'm out, peace out. And the problem with that is it is based on the presumption that these bitches be fucking with you and that's why your life is fucked up. As opposed to the presumption, I have come here in this fucking life with all this shit that I've encountered, and I myself am accountable to myself. So giving up, you're in Neptune transits, you're going to want to give up. Nobody doesn't want to give up during Neptune transit. Don't feel bad about it. It is the fucking nature of a Neptune transit, because Neptune is not material. Neptune makes us want to disappear, makes us want it to go away, just make it stop.
Yes, it
Pluto,
doesn't make as much sense as it used to.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And in particular, Neptune is opposite your Mercury, so it's opposite your mind. You're like, I don't know. I don't know.
First time
Neptune,
in my life. First time in my
yes.
life that I say I don't know about anything. I always know everything. And
Yep.
I don't know a lot of things right now.
So a big part of what this period has been teaching you is the consequence of not having boundaries. So it teaches you how to have boundaries by compelling you towards the consequences of not having them.
Definitely.
Yeah. Super fun.
It's super fun.
Yeah. Not at all.
I mean, it is getting a little bit fun because I have started experimenting with, saying the thing, and that's kind of fun.
It is. It can be.
There's a little
Okay.
bit of fun.
Good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
But inside, and in particular with this, especially with my dad's situation, it's hurt. It's hard.
it's hard. It is
In other
hard.
places, I feel like I'm getting muscles and getting
Yeah.
stronger, and it's kind of fun.
With family of origin, it's always the hardest. And also, nobody's like chill with like, oh shit, my father's at the end of his life, even if you don't really
Yeah,
care for their father, but you do really care for your father.
I do.
So the answer to your question of can I just give up? The answer is no. You can. I mean, listen, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I don't advise it. Okay.
Yeah.
You are going to spend the next like 3 years just like up to it in boundary lessons.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. And you've been in it for
I thought
years.
I was gonna say I feel like I've been in it for years.
Years. For like 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why is it that the universe was like, I know, we'll give her 700 million years of boundary transits back to back to back at this age? It's because of your childhood. Have you heard of your childhood? Have you met your mother and your father in your childhood? So now you're at this age where you've done all this work as an adult, consciously and intentionally, to heal, to evolve, to grow. And I guess your transits knew that the next stage of evolution to truly integrate and synthesize that work would be these transits, where you don't have to do anything, but the best case scenario here is that you deeply and on an embodied level learn the difference between pity and empathy. You learn the difference between love and obedience. You learn the difference between navigating your needs and constantly being authentic. Do you have to constantly be authentic in order to navigate your needs? Spoiler alert, the answer is no. But you tell yourself, yes, I owe them the authentic truth. But do you owe the authentic truth to someone who has proven to you that they are not trustworthy? In that case, you are emptying yourself out, you're pouring them into you, and then you're like, but what about me? Does that make sense?
It
So
makes so much sense.
so when we're talking about your ex, right? Your child's parent.
Oh yeah,
That person,
that's a whole other
I see. It's like yelling at me. It's so strong.
it's really hard.
He has proven to you that he is not respectful, he is not consistent, he does not listen, and when he listens, he misconstrues. The man is very fucking hard to deal with.
Biggest challenge of my entire life.
I
Really
believe it.
hard.
I believe it, and I'm sorry.
And there, I am fucking enjoying learning how to put up some boundaries.
Yeah,
It's
because
hard, but I can feel it. Like I can
yes,
feel it feels good.
it's there's no love at this point. Not like with
No.
your dad, there's love, so it's more confusing.
Yeah.
But I will say this. With your ex, asking yourself, there's what I want to say, and there's what I want him to hear. How can I reframe what I want to say to be better at communicating what I want him to hear? Because in that relationship, that's actually viable. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because there are ways that you sometimes express things to him because you think it's the right thing to do and you wanna do the right thing to model for him the right thing.
Oh, Jesus,
It
yes,
doesn't
I
work.
know.
It doesn't
No.
work. So instead, practice saying, "Oh, okay, there I am again. I'm trying to, like, model for him good behavior so he's a better person, but I'm not his fucking mommy. I'm not gonna do this shit no more." So instead, what you do is bear with me, sorry. Hold on. Do you have a grandmother you were really close to?
I have a grandmother who's all up in my psyche. I don't know if I would say we were close, but she's a big figure. She's
What's her
alive.
she's alive.
Yeah,
She's not passed.
I have an ancestor that was, she passed when I was 7.
And what's her name? Was English her first language?
English was her first language. My mother's side of the family, my mother passed away, and
It's your
her
mother I'm
side,
seeing. It's your
it's
mother
my
I'm
mom.
seeing. It's your mother
Yeah,
I'm seeing. Okay,
that makes
sorry.
sense.
Okay, because the
And
way
we
I
were
just
very, 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 very,
okay,
very
okay, okay,
close.
okay. I just said I don't remember what I said, but I said something and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like the way I talk." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, there's so your mom is here, and your mom had a hard time with your dad."
My mom had a very hard time with my dad.
Okay. Do you mind if I check in with your mom?
Please.
Okay. Will you say her name and we will beep this out?
Yes, her
Mhm.
name is
Okay. So you have a practice of calling your mother in, eh?
yes.
Okay. I'm going to say something that sounds it's going to sound weird, but stop
Mm.
because your mom is already in. And what you're doing is you're calling her in deeper, 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 and it's actually creating some confusion for you.
Well, it's interesting because I said yes to you, but
Mhm.
I don't
Interesting.
consciously call her in, but
Do you talk to her?
I do feel her quite a lot, and I
Yeah.
do talk to
You
her.
talk to her in your head. That's the calling in. That's calling
Yeah.
in. Yeah, it doesn't have to be more complex than that. It's like you want your mom. You really want your mom. You want your mom. You love your mom. And your mom is so like you. She thinks at the speed of light. She's just like, pulled in a million directions. And so when the two of you overlap, it actually makes it a little bit hard for you to pick one lane because she's with you. She's like, and
Wow.
your mom's presence energetically is like, it's like in you. It's like in half of your body. She's so in your field that I wonder if when dealing with your dad,
Mm.
you're partially feeling your mom. He's not the man she knew at all. Your mom is so intense. Okay, wait.
My mom is so
Your
intense.
mom is so intense. She's awesome. I really like her, but her way of communicating, she dives directly into your body. She's just like up. Was she like also like that as a person, just like up in your
So
space? And okay,
so
yes,
blunt,
yeah.
sharp.
And she wanted like intense
No
connection, real
no small
connection.
talk.
Yeah,
0.
yeah. Okay,
Only the real or don't bother.
okay. I got that. Whew. Okay, so your mom is like diving into my body to show me stuff, and she does that with you. So again, you have this experience of being loved by people who are invasive of your
Yes.
space.
Yes.
That's love to you.
Yes.
So it makes sense why you went with that first guy.
Whew.
That fucking guy, man. That fucking guy. Okay, but I get why he would have felt like home because so invasive. So invasive. Do you have an altar for your mom?
I would say she's a big part of my altar, but I don't
Okay.
have an altar for her,
I
but
would I would separate them.
hmm.
Separate them. Put
I
one
don't have
just
an al yeah.
you don't have exactly an altar?
I don't have exactly an altar
Mhm.
for her, but she's really involved in my art and my altar
I
making
see
and
that. She's so involved in every aspect of your spiritual life and in your emotional life. She passed, but she didn't leave you. She never
wow.
left you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really there. And she has never never is a big word, but, like, she's showing me that she doesn't worry that you are, like you know where to find her. You know where to find her. She's right there for you, and she's not gonna go away. She's gonna hang out for the rest of this life for you, and she's good with that. Like, that is easy choice for her. But I'm giving you really challenging advice, and your mother is not in disagreement with this advice, although it is not her advice. I wanna be really
Mm,
clear, okay?
mm,
What I'm recommending that you do is that you create an altar, and I don't know if you have a formal altar. If maybe it's just like a shelf that's like where you set intentions. What I want to advise you to do is to create a separate altar for your mom. And the
mm,
reason why, so just like photos of her, maybe writing, like anything special from her, is because this is a practice of energetically separating from her, not pushing her away, not rejecting her, not minimizing her, but separating you from her. Because if you're separating you from dad, you have to separate you from mom. That's how
Interesting.
it's working for you.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And it's wow.
I know, I know.
Whew,
And
that's
it's
wild.
it's not it's not a see, this is the thing, and this is your mom just showed me this. This is not a value judgment or a rejection. It's just having boundaries. She doesn't boundaries are not her word, for the record. Your mom is not about boundaries, okay?
No.
She is not about boundaries, but she's been here for this reading, and she understand and she's in with you all the time, and she understands that this is something that you need to figure out how to do for yourself, and that she understands that if you can do it with her, you can do it with anybody because you
Wow.
love her love so much.
I do.
So if
I
you
do
can have a
love her so
boundary with her
much.
love without calling it rejection of her, without feeling like it's mean to her, then you can do that with your dad, and you can do that with your crummy ex, and you can do that with anyone. So she understands that she's her love. Yeah, you can throw all the boundaries you want. She's gonna love you through them. She doesn't care. Does she want to be like literally like sitting on your head all the time? Yes, she does. She does. She does. She wants to like be a hat you never take off. But if you separate and you say, "Hey mom, I'm going to call dad now. I need to be alone." If you say, "I am going to practice being energetically on my own today," your mom will be like, "This is, I don't know why I want to say cool beans, but that's what I'm hearing." It's just like, she's cool beans about it. She's cool. She's not going to, she doesn't feel rejected by you. Your mother doesn't feel rejected by you. She's not your dad has a fragile ego. Your mom
Yes.
doesn't.
No.
You could tell her she doesn't, does she not cuss?
A little bit like here and there, but she doesn't
But
need
she's
to
not like a
cuss.
big
She's
cusser.
so
She's not a,
intense. She doesn't need to
yeah,
cuss.
that
She's
makes
just
sense
like,
because I was about to cuss on her behalf and she was like, "No." You could tell her to back off. You could tell her like, "I'm going to not talk to you," or whatever. And she'd be like, "Okay, you'll be back. You love me." Like she's cool. She's cool with it. Ah, she says you're like that with your kids. Every
mm,
little thing they say and do is not a treatise on how they love you. You know that.
mm, mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
100%.
so your mom, you knew she was gonna pass before she
Yes,
passed? Yeah.
it's
Sorry, I'm
very
having
much so.
so much heat. Did she have, like, a heat-related issue with her health?
She had a brain tumor, so it was dramatic. There was a lot of
Very.
there was a lot of heat, and it was a dramatic experience.
Mm, I'm so
It was
sorry.
quite mystical in her way she died.
Your mother
Of course, she's a really
is,
incredible being.
I mean, if this is a dead person, show me an alive person who's half as alive as your mom. My God, like, your mom is very, very alive, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
she's
I do. I do.
vibrant,
Yeah.
vibrant. And, hold on. I just have to take a
Hmm.
pause and have her leave my body a little bit more. See, this is the thing though. Even though your mom is like such an amazing ally, she's really invasive. It's just
She's
her
really
way of loving.
intense.
She just really, yeah. It's not just intense. She's wants to dive into my body to show me things. It's enthusiasm. It's not cruelty. It's she's not trying to like push past my boundaries, but she's like, this is the best way. It's funner. It's better. Like that's just your mom's attitude. And you love being swept away by somebody else's intensity and weirdness. You're like a fan of that. And I could see why you would be because your mom was so just wild and loyal like you. Just
Yes,
wild and loyal.
wild and
And
loyal.
she can sense. She she is okay. She's good with you having boundaries with her.
Hmm.
She wants you to practice saying to her, "I love you. Please hang out over there right now. I'm going to talk to my
Hmm.
dad. I want it to be private." Just see how it feels.
And how would I know when she is? Because I don't
She's
even think I
always
know.
there,
But I don't think I
100% of
would
the
even
time.
know when it would be good
Mm,
for me to ask her to step aside because it
okay.
feels.
So, if you need to concentrate, that's when
Mm,
you say to your mom, "I love you. Not right now." Like, So you can imagine her energy being like a hat that covers your head and the energy pours from the hat into your body. That's your mom.
Wow. Very
It's
interesting because I've had my ability to concentrate the last year or 2 has been a lot less as I've been doing my inner work and
yep.
kinda opening myself up.
Yep. Your mom is in. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Mm.
You plus your mom is like the attention of a fly. It's just you guys are too stimulated. You're too smart. You're too like too many directions all at once. It's like a Muppet on the Muppet Show at the beginning credits. Like it's just wild out here. So how could you concentrate? So if you need to
That's
concentrate,
so true.
yeah. Oh, I see it. Oh, girl, it's not subtle. Your mom's great. And, okay, you can just visualize it like taking off your mom hat, place it lovingly on the altar. You can visualize it. You don't have to physically be near the altar. It's all energy. And set the intention, Mom, I love you. Right now I'm going to focus. I got to focus on my banana brain cells. You keep yours over there. It's a boundary. Your mom will care 0%. Like she cares about you. She's not going to be harmed by this. But my prediction is you will struggle to have a boundary with your mom, even if it's a theoretical boundary in your mind. And that's a great place to start because if you can't have a boundary in your own thinking, oof, how are you going to do it in your behavior?
And I didn't know that it was her necessarily, but it makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense in terms of having trouble with my dad because a lot of the issues that we didn't chat about, but I'm sure you can feel
Uh
them,
huh.
it's really coming to terms with their relationship that has made it so hard for me to talk to my dad. So
Yep. Yep.
I can imagine stepping out of that intentionally might make it easier for me to love him.
It will make it easier for you to be clear about your boundaries
Mhm.
because right now you've got her rage plus your rage.
I was just about to say, I have
Hmm.
her rage
In
that
addition to
she
yours.
felt when I didn't even
Yes.
realize that, but that when she
Yes.
was embodied, she had a rage towards him, and I feel it in my body now.
And some of
Whew.
it's yours, but some of it's
Yeah,
hers.
totally, but
So
there's
when
a different flavor.
there is a different flavor. So the next time you're gonna call your dad, or the next time you find yourself obsessing on what you would say if you were gonna call him, be like, "Okay, mom, I'm gonna take you, pop you on your altar, love you, okay, but I'm gonna do me now on this one."
Wow.
Practice having the boundary with her. The other time that being shown by her that you could use less mom is when you're parenting your child that has tantrums.
Hmm.
Do you know is there one of your children has tantrums?
One of my kids is a bit of a tantrumer, but I'm not usually he's my stepson, I don't usually have to step in with that, and I'm actually the one who can get him to just kinda be like this.
How old is he?
He is about to be 13, but he
Okay,
might start having some tantrums.
that's what it is. It's when he becomes more of a teenage boy,
Yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
be more of a trigger for you, and
Yes,
that's when
he
you wanna
reminds
take your
me
mom
of
out.
me then, and yeah, he can get me, yeah.
He might even remind you of people that you have a hard time with, you know?
Mhm.
Um, I mean, are teenage boys most people's favorite, even teenage boys' favorite? No, it's just like it's teenage girls, teenage boys, doesn't matter the gender. It's just
Yeah.
teenage hormones nightmare. Your mom says that if and when this child triggers you,
Yes.
you take her hat off and you put it away
Interesting.
because you are better at staying calm.
Mm,
You are better at
mm.
diffusing bombs.
Mhm.
Your mom was like, "There's a bomb. What should we do? Should we throw it? Should we rattle the bomb? Should we dissect the bomb?" And you're just like, "Let's diffuse the bomb and then think about the bomb." So you both have a lot of interest in the bomb, but
Yeah.
yours is like first piece, then intrigue. Your mom's like first intrigue, then maybe peace, probably intrigue. Like your mom's just all over the place. I mean, she's very fun. Like she's
Yes.
very fun. But this particular phase of your life, you're needing just a little bit more of your own space. So, do you have to like feel her in order to have this boundary? No, make it a habit. You can say, Mom, or anyone else who's not really well suited to help me out in this moment, I need you to just like clear the deck a little bit. So I'm left with my own energies so I can figure this out.
Fascinating, because I used to be really good at, diffusing bombs, and I've kind of not finding that ability recently.
You mean recently, like the last year?
last 2
Mhm.
years.
It's these transits, it's your midlife
Mhm,
crisis.
mhm.
There's a difference between diffusing bombs and acting like it's okay that someone blew you up.
Totally. I was as soon as that came out of my mouth, I was like, "That's
Well,
exactly."
yeah, exactly, exactly. What this is you no longer being okay with your leg being blown off by the bomb. That's what's actually happening. So, you are still good at diffusing bombs, but you used to just wrap your body around the bomb and take all the impact, and now you're not willing to do that.
So well said.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, your mom is like, I don't know if she was always like this, but like, so live or let live. She's like, do whatever you want. You're great. Like, she's just like very cool with whatever. And I mean, your mom loves you and she's there with you. And like, I want to just say, because I don't want to be in any way cavalier, like, your mom doesn't have any messages for you. She said everything she needed to say. The two of
Mm,
you had this beautiful relationship where it felt realized to her. She felt
mm.
like your love, your friendship, your parental dynamic, it was realized. Like she never felt hurt or harmed or confused or insecure or anything with you. Yeah. Were you the only child?
I wasn't the only child, but I was, 10 years older than my siblings, so in
She
many
kinda
ways
grew up with you in a way.
yeah, she grew
Yeah,
up with me. She had
yeah,
me young, and we grew up together.
and
And we
you
are very similar, she and I.
oh, I that's anyone who met one of you would
Yeah.
know that. I mean, my god,
Yeah.
the 2 of you, I mean, you could have grown up to really resent her. She's
Yeah,
aware of that, but instead, you just got her.
I did.
You got her, and you
Especially
didn't.
towards the end.
Yes. Yeah. She doesn't need me to say something to you. She
Mm,
knows how to make you feel loved. And she's like, you know how it is. Sometimes you just feel something in you and you're just like, yeah, life. Like something like shifts in you. And maybe also your body temperature goes up a little.
yes.
That's your mom.
Yeah.
That's your mom. I mean, I started to be really hot when she came in. I mean, she came in hot. She comes in hot. She comes in
Comes
hot.
in hot.
She comes in hot. And she's like fun and you would look at her and you wouldn't think, "Oh, that's a weird lady," but my god, she's a weird lady. A
Yes.
weird lady.
Yeah. She
Love a
was
weird
fun,
lady.
but, like, madness fun, the
Yes,
best
yes, yes.
creative,
She's a
wild, like you
Muppety.
said,
Yeah, yeah.
wild.
Wild. She's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, she's wild.
Yeah. And when your dad was with her, he was his best self and it lasted 15 seconds.
Less, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Your mom is not focused on helping you with your dad. She doesn't care about helping you with your dad, to be honest. Thing I
Yeah.
like about your mom, she's not gonna lie to you. She's like, "I'm not gonna
Mm-mm.
help you with that."
Mm-mm.
And then she's like,
Nope.
"Smile, love you,
Nope.
bye."
Yes.
Like, she's
Yes.
like she's not gonna help you with your dad. She doesn't
She
like
had
your
enough
dad.
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she had enough of that.
she's cool
Yeah.
with you telling your dad to fuck off.
Yeah.
No, she actually doesn't like it when I cuss.
Mm, that
Huh.
tracks.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, "No, no, 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 that's too far." But she's
Mm.
okay with you being mad at him and holding his feet to
Mhm.
the fire.
Yeah.
It doesn't serve you, though. I mean, it literally
Yeah.
hurts you. And so, I wanna just come back to your central question to say, as you cultivate acceptance for your own self, you can come to realize that you are really well resourced as an adult.
Mm.
You are. You have a lot of tools. And you, like everybody else, remembers to use them like half the time at best, right? With your dad, you actually have the tools to cope with him. But A, you don't want to. You want him to change so you don't have to change, so you don't have to accept the sad parts of who he is and where he is when he is. And you're scared because once you change in this way, you will have outgrown your matrilineage and your patrilineage.
Yes.
And that's devastating. Sounds great on paper. Everyone wants to heal, heal, heal. But when you're actually on the precipice of evolving past inherited conditions, it feels like the loneliest, most terrifying thing in the world. It's like an existential loneliness. Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's how you know you're on the right path. Isn't that fucked up? That
Fucked up.
sadness and fear is how you know you're outgrowing shit that your parents never figured out how to outgrow. Boundaries are not a thing on either side of your family.
Yeah, not even close.
Don't work.
Like so
Yeah.
much learning around boundaries. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're talking because it really is nice to know that I have a couple more years
Yeah.
and that the wanting to give up is part of it. And what, so I can learn how to be with that because the wanting to give up is not something that I'm used to.
Yeah. The transits that are coming for you, the Neptune opposition to Jupiter, is a transit that occurs and it starts in like late January of 2026. This transit sucks, honestly,
Mm,
because it can make you super idealistic.
mm,
Like,
mm.
this is not a time for fucking ayahuasca. This is not a time for doing any kind of consciousness raising drugs. Do not, if you can avoid it,
Hmm.
because Neptune opposite Jupiter makes you wildly porous
Interesting. I do
and
a lot
gullible.
of
You do a
interesting.
lot of ayahuasca?
I do. I
Okay, that's
mean, not
probably why I
not
mentioned it.
comparatively, but yes, a couple times a year, and with a
That's
community in a container. But
I'm going to give you advice that you should feel free to not take.
yeah, I hear you.
You are I wanna just, like, really hold space for you are a grown-ass adult, you get to make your choices. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not attached to being right or you taking my advice. Take what works, leave everything else. Slash also, if you've listened to
Hmm.
me give a lot of readings, I don't usually mention ayahuasca, so I must
It's
have picked
true.
up on the ayahuasca in your field. So, ayahuasca is not my ministry, it's not my work, whatever. But the thing about that particular substance and is that the only one you do?
Some mescaline
Okay.
family. The
Yeah.
cactuses are more my favorite.
Okay.
It's a lot less than I used to,
Yeah, but it's still in there.
but it's still there. Yeah, it's been
So
a big teacher for me.
oh, I bet. So the thing about these things traditionally is there are years and years of intensive preparation and then years of changing your life and dedicating to integration.
Yeah.
But the way that people use it in the West, and probably in many regions of the world, just in 2025, is you take it, it changes something quickly, you feel better, and then the changes wane after about 6 months, after about a year, so you take it again. Or some
Mm,
people just take it monthly, weekly, whatever. When you go through Neptune transits, as you have been for the last several years, and you've got two really big ones coming for you, it makes you more permeable. And so
mm,
when you take something like ayahuasca, the way that I, as a psychic, can see ayahuasca in people's field is
mm,
big old holes. It just looks like
mm,
big old holes
mm.
in the field. And the thing about those holes is like wisdom
Wow.
can come through and all this stuff can come through, but so can anything else. You have a hole in the front of your house and your best friend can walk through it with dinner, and so can stranger danger, right? When going through Neptune transits, the most common thing people do is something like ayahuasca. You go on a cleanse and you stop eating enough food.
Hmm.
You pour yourself into something or someone that requires that you basically abandon yourself. These are common
Hmm.
Neptune
Hmm.
behaviors. It's the
Hmm.
opposite of what you should do, but it's the common thing to do. So, what I'm going to advise you to do instead is cultivate a grounded spirituality that is centered around being present in this timeline and
Hmm.
integrating behaviorally. That's your best move under these transits.
Interesting, because for the last 2 years, I've not sat down many times that I thought I was going to sit to drink. I just have drank a lot less than I ever had, a lot less medicine, and I have intuitively, for the past 2 years, not really been
Yeah.
called in the same way. I do feel more called to like the cactusy plants,
Mhm.
though. Is
Yeah,
that a different energy? Because that's like more of a heart based, more body based. It feels like it's a
that's
different.
interesting. Okay, so there's like 3 different answers I'm gonna give you. One is trust yourself.
Yeah,
Okay?
for sure.
The other one is I am of the mind
Hmm.
that all of these spiritual facilitators are meant to help us to find the energy inside of ourselves. They're not meant to be lifestyle things. Now, I'm a triple Capricorn asshole. You can disagree with me, right? There's different ways of being a person, but I genuinely feel like you can take ecstasy, MDMA, whatever, and experience love in a way that you never have. Maybe the cactus does that for you as well. If you keep on returning to the substance, that means that you've not integrated the lesson on yourself. You haven't accessed that thing that's already inside of you that the substance helped to flower, but the seed was already there, right? You're not cultivating the seed if you're doing the drug again and again and again and again and again and again. Instead, the seed tends to stay in a similar state of growth. That's my take.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a
Yes.
broad view. And then the third thing I'm going to say is, yeah, my advice is don't fucking do it
Mm-hmm.
because of the Neptune transits. So do what you want to do, trust yourself. This is my like broad view. And then finally, as an
But I hear you
astrologer,
saying, yeah, I hear you saying like Neptune transits are happening and take that seriously
take
on all
that
the
seriously.
levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also know that if there's ever a time that you can integrate the medicine of anything without imbibing it, it's during fucking Neptune transits. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And so you can communicate with, as an example, ayahuasca, with the
mm-hmm.
magic and the medicine without ever imbibing it because it's already in your system.
Absolutely. I can feel that all the
It's in your
time.
field, right? I will say, there's a lot of different kinds of drugs. Ayahuasca leaves your field very slowly. Like I see it years after people have done it last in their
Wow.
field, which I have a mixed feeling about, if I'm being
Mm-hmm,
honest, because
mm-hmm,
I see some people collect a lot of it kind of as like wearing head to toe black velvet. It's
mm,
fucking gorgeous. I love
mm,
velvets. It's beautiful, but it picks up everything. It
mm.
picks up everything. And the better quality of your velvet, the more you're going to see it because the contrast is deeper, right? So when going through Neptune transits, you're already ensconced in velvets and you're already picking up everything. How do you take off all the cat fur and enjoy your outfit at the same time? I'm giving you a lot of cat metaphors. Are you a
I
cat
hear you.
person?
Yes, I am a cat
Okay, I
person.
am too.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, I hope I'm not forcing cat
No, not
metaphors
at
on you.
all.
Fabulous.
Love
Okay, great.
cats.
Good. Me too. Me too. So, all to say, don't go on a starvation cleanse
Mm-hmm.
in this period, right? This is a time for fortifying your system, feeding it,
Mm,
not
mm,
denying it.
mm.
Any substance that involves like vomiting or getting sick from it as part of the entry fee, it's not the time for it, period. And also, do whatever is consistent and in alignment with your spiritual practice and your life and all the kind of good stuff. But I would be irresponsible if I
It's
didn't say
interesting.
that.
And I appreciate it because it's
Yeah.
interesting because about 2.5 years ago, I had a really, really rough night with that medicine where things happened and I haven't quite come back from it. So I'm not surprised that you feel that
It's
you pick that up because it
Neptune.
is,
You were right in the middle
I
between
had
your
a,
Neptune opposite to Mars and your Neptune Mercury opposition.
yeah, yeah, my relationship to the plant changed, which I think
Yeah,
is, important to talk about that changes. It is
it
like a
does
being.
change. And more than that, let us understand that the conversation we're having about your relationship to the plant and your relationship to your dad is the same fucking conversation.
Yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
give yourself permission to listen to yourself? This helped me, this healed me, this felt good, and then it felt bad and it made me scared. And so I don't feel safe with it anymore. So I'm going to have a boundary with it. It's the same conversation. And I think being able to see that reflection is really valuable because maybe you can validate, oh, I've had better boundaries. I wasn't thinking about it as boundaries with the plant, but okay, I've had boundaries with the plant and I've had boundaries with my dad. And I'm going to choose myself more and strengthen those boundaries. And maybe as I strengthen them, I'll adapt them. And then maybe I'll put them away for a while and I'll call my dad angry from the car and I'll do ayahuasca and but then you learn and you adapt and you heal in that way. And hold on. Your mom wants me to give you advice about how to strengthen your field after it wasn't the time that you got really sick, you did it again after that. Do you know what
With
I'm
the medicine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That time
It
did
wasn't that I
something.
got sick. It wasn't that I got sick. I just
It
was in
just
the room for some difficult things happening for other people.
I see, I see. It was like a bad experience,
Yeah.
right, on some level. So you did it again after that, and the time that you did it again after that, something
Yeah.
got off
Yeah.
for you.
Yes.
So your mom's showing me that. Your mom doesn't have judgment about you using substances. Don't worry, because I think she might have as when she was
Definitely.
alive. Yeah, but she doesn't now.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so she's showing me there's this whole. It kind of looks like do you go to the desert to do the medicine, or do you go to
No,
the
but I'm
desert
a
a lot?
desert person.
You're a
Yes.
desert girly. Okay, there's a place there where you can put your feet in the dirt put your feet there and ask the earth to fill up your feed and solidify and ground wherever you may be porous in a way that's not aligned with your best interest. This is not something you do with your husband. It's not something you do with your friends. It's not something you do with your kids. This is something you do with you. And you don't bring your mom. You tell your mom to stay home. She's telling me to tell you to tell her to stay home because it's for you and it's by you. And the level of, and you might need to do it a few times. You'll just test it out. But it's not that the plant medicine turned on you. It's that you got the lessons, you got the teachings, and instead of doing the hard work of integrating it and integrating it and integrating it, you went back. And so it turned a little, but it's not like the medicine turned away from you. It's that, okay, so if you want the lesson of not learning your lesson, that's the lesson. Okay, cool. That's what you want. It's not what you want. But that's what your behavior has been saying. And again, I could say the same thing about your dad, right? Like, I don't want to fight with my dad, but I just saw the news and I'm going to call my dad and fight with him. So it's like, there's this really deep habit of how do you integrate love? How do you integrate interconnection with all beings in practice, not in moments, in practice? You can't do it without acceptance. Every time you imbibe, you have acceptance. You release yourself to the moment, you release yourself to the experience, and you are fucking wide open, right? It's like backpacking in your 20s. And we've done it. We've done it. Your work is to stop teaching yourself things and adding things, but to have faith in the resources you've built up already and start using them when you need them. You can tell yourself that you need more and you need more and you need to figure it out and you need more, but that's not true anymore. It was once true. So again, we have another place where this theme of your need to adapt to how you've changed. You need to accept who you are. That's kind of like in a way, a cooler problem than the problem that I thought you had based on the beginning of the conversation. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Your mother just wants me to say, she's going to go now. She talks really loud. Was she hard of hearing? She talks really loud. She just talks loud.
Yeah.
I get it. I talk loud too. She's going to go now. She loves you. She kisses you on all the cheeks. But she just wants you to know that she's like saying goodbye now.
Hey, Mama, goodbye.
There's nothing left for you to do for her or for her family. Just so you know. They're good.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, they're good. Now it's time for you to figure out how to do all this stuff we've been talking about, all the layers, so many layers. But so many layers. But this is, like you said, the good news is you have years to figure this out. You're not like, it's not like, oh shit, your transit's over in 3 months. No, you have time. And you will make mistakes in this time, as will I, and as will everybody. Your assignment is to show yourself the same grace and patience that you show other people. Not your dad, everybody else.
Yeah.
your dad a few years ago and everybody else currently. So
yeah.
I feel like that's the spot to stop. Does that feel right to you? Or do you have a final, did we hit it?
My cup feels overflowing. Yay. I can't even thank you enough.
That makes me so happy.
So beautiful, so helpful.
I'm so glad.
And so fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, some of that we have to thank your mom. If we're being honest, your mom is just, she's like my favorite kind of too much.
100%. She's like full force, brilliant madness all the time.
Yes.
Could care less how you feel about it.
Absolutely. And also so empathetic and so loving and so big-hearted. Like, humanistic, oh my God, your mom is great. And she's okay that she died. I mean, she's not like happy to have left you, but like some people really struggle with their passing. Not your mom.
Oh, that's beautiful to hear. I can feel that, but that's nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. She's, I mean, she's having a blast where she is. She's always having fun, even when she's not having fun. Your mom is just like, she's like, she is so much more alive than most people. And technically she's dead, but like, man, wow, all over the place.
Yeah.
And you don't need She doesn't want me to make you feel bad about doing the ayahuasca, so she wants me to stop talking about it, so I will. Okay, sorry, I will stop talking about it. Okay, but all to say, you don't need it anymore. If you want it, you do your worst, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't need it for whatever
But
that's worth.
integrate. The most important thing is integrate
Integrate.
in real life, love in
That's
real
the
life.
thing.
And
That's the thing.
don't have that be the place that I go to do Neptunian things. It has to
Thank
be in the
you.
life.
Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly it.
And if I can do that, maybe I can do the other thing. We'll see.
For reals and for reals. My darling, I'm so glad we got
Oh
to do
my
this.
goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you
So
so
my
much.
pleasure.
So
So my
beautiful.
pleasure.